All right, let's dive into a really core concept in artificial intelligence. We're talking about intelligent agents and their environments. This is fundamental stuff, so let's get right to it.
You know that little robot vacuum that scoots around your house? Have you ever actually stopped to wonder how it works? Like, how does it see the dirt? Or manage to not just crash into the sofa over and over again? It feels smart, right? But what does that really mean? Well, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. Okay, here's the plan. We're going to start with that smart robot example, then get into what an intelligent agent actually is, see how they work, and figure out how they make smart choices. And then, and this is super important, we'll have a section totally focused on getting you ready for your exams before we wrap it all up. So, let's dive in.
All right, first up, to make all this feel real and not just, abstract theory, we're going to stick with one really great example the whole way through, a smart cleaning robot. It's something you can easily picture, and it's a perfect way to see AI working in the real world.
So what does it do? It's actually pretty straightforward when you break it down. It has these tools built in, right? It uses them to sense stuff, like a patch of dirt or the leg of a table. And once it has that info, it does its main job. It cleans the room. And the key thing is, it does this all on its own. This whole loop, sensing something, then doing something, that is the absolute foundation of what we're talking about today.
Okay, so this smart robot we keep mentioning, well, in the world of AI, it has a proper name. We call it an intelligent agent. And now, let's get into the formal definition, the one you're definitely going to want to have memorized for any test.
And here we have it. Seriously, if you're taking notes, this is a big one. An intelligent agent is basically anything that can sense what's going on around it, its environment, and then do something in that environment to try and achieve a goal. And notice I said anything. It doesn't have to be a physical robot. It could be a bit of software, or even your smart thermostat at home.
If that definition feels a bit wordy, here's a super simple way to think about it. Just remember this sentence. An intelligent agent senses the environment and acts smartly to succeed. That's it. It senses, it acts, and it does it to win, to achieve its goal.
Perfect. So now we know what an agent is. The next logical question is, how does it work? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the actual mechanics, the process it follows, and the world that it operates in.
So every single agent, no matter how simple or complex, basically runs on this continuous loop. You can break it down into 3 really easy steps. 1, it senses the world. 2, it thinks about what it just sensed and decides what to do. And 3, it acts. That's the cycle. Sense, think, act. Over and over and over again. But how does it physically do all that sensing and acting? Well, it comes down to 2 key pieces of hardware. First, you've got sensors. Think of these as the agent's 5 senses, its eyes, its ears. They're for gathering information. For our robot, a dirt detector is a perfect example of a sensor. Then, you have actuators. These are the parts that let the agent do things, like its muscles, its hands, its feet. For the robot, the actuators are its wheels that move it around and the brushes that do the cleaning.
Now, this is a really important point. An agent isn't just floating in a void. It always operates inside what we call an environment. And the environment is just its world. It's everything it can interact with, everything it can sense, and everything it can change with its actions.
And this is a perfect illustration. For our cleaning robot, the environment isn't, the entire Earth. It's just the room it's trying to clean. That's its whole world. And that world includes things like furniture it has to avoid, the dirt spots it's looking for, and every possible route it could take across the floor. Okay, so we've got the what and the how covered. Now let's talk about the why. Why does the robot turn left instead of right? Why does it clean this spot now? The answer to all of that comes down to one thing: its goal.
This is absolutely crucial to understand. The agent isn't just moving around randomly. It's not chaos. It's programmed with a specific purpose, a mission. Every single decision it makes, whether to move forward, turn, or switch on its brushes, is a calculated move designed to get it closer to that final objective.
And for our little robot, the goal is cleaning the whole room efficiently. Now, pay close attention to that last word, efficiently. That's key. Its job isn't just to clean the room, it's to do it in the best way possible. That might mean using the least amount of battery or finishing it in the shortest time. The efficiency is part of the goal.
Okay, time to shift gears a little. Let's get into full-on study mode. This next part is all about exam focus. We're going to lock in a key term and then pull everything we've talked about together into a perfect revision tool. Right. You are almost guaranteed to see this word on a test, rationality. So, what is it? A rational agent is really just a fancy way of saying a smart agent. It's an agent that doesn't just do an action to reach its goal. It always tries to choose the action that will lead to the best possible outcome. And here's the kicker. It has to make that choice based only on the information it has right now from its sensors. It's not about being all-knowing. It's about making the smartest possible move with the information you've got.
Okay, and this right here, this is your cheat sheet, your ultimate revision tool. It breaks everything down using our cleaning robot example. You can see it clearly. The agent is the robot, the goal is to clean efficiently, the environment is the room, the sensors are the dirt detectors, and the actuators are the wheels and brushes. It's all right there in one perfect little table.
All right, let's test this out. Here's a question you might actually get on an exam. Using an example, explain the relationship between an agent's sensors, its environment, and its actions. So how would you tackle that? You'd want to say something like, the sensors are what allow the agent to gather information from its environment, and that information is what directly tells the agent which actions it should take in that environment to best achieve its goal. See how they all connect?
Whew, we've definitely covered a lot. So let's wrap this up by boiling it all down to the absolute must-know takeaways.
Okay, here it is, the super condensed version. Just lock these 4 things in your brain. 1, an agent senses. 2, it acts. 3, it does all this within an environment to reach a goal. And 4, when it does this in the smartest, most efficient way, we call it rational. Sense, act, environment, rational. Got it? So, where do you go from here? Look, don't let this be the end of it. The best way to make this stuff stick is to use it. So here's a challenge for you. Pick another smart device you have at home, maybe a smart speaker or a smart thermostat, and try to break it down using this exact framework. What are its sensors, its actuators, its environment, its goal? If you can do that, you'll know you've really got this down.